Hello everyone, welcome to the Theatre Cafe this afternoon. We are extremely lucky to have been joined by the cast of Everybody's Talking About Jamie! Woo! And here to tell us why we're here is Mr. Tom McGrath.
Hello. Hello everyone. Thank you for coming, real people and Facebook people. Hello real people. Hello. That's good. They sound real, don't they? So we're here because a year today we opened for our first preview just over the road in the Apollo Theatre, which I can't really believe has been a year. Not everyone here was with us from the very start, but most people here were and are. And it's our first birthday, so happy first birthday, Jamie. Slightly older one is Jamie, who's not having his first birthday, who inspired everything, and so we'll do questions, answers, and...
Yeah, we've had some questions. Sorry, I'm
Yes.
down outside, sorry. Yes, we've had some questions sent in by fans. So, Michelle Visage.
Yes!
Let me give you some mics, then you can pass it around to whoever wants to answer.
Do you want to, they can raise their hands? Yeah. You made a lovely assistant. Thank you. Okay, so the first question would probably be for me, but how far do you think Jamie would get in RuPaul's Drag Race? We're not talking about actual Jamie, we're talking about fictional, our version, although, of in the show Jamie. So who wants to answer that? Because that would be fair for me to answer that. How far do you think Jamie New would get in RuPaul's Drag Race? Anybody?
Winner!
Winner! Jamie Campbell says Jamie New is the winner! We're all winners, baby. You know how it goes. I mean, I don't think it's fair because Jamie New is a newbie. Jamie New is starting out and just realizing her potential as a queen and wanting to change her life and her form of drag is different than RuPaul's Drag Race in its current status. So I would push Jamie New to work harder, give us bigger hair. You know how that goes, but of course. The next question, what makes this show so relatable? And I get asked this a lot in interviews. So if anybody wants to answer that, please, there's many answers to go with that question. Lucy, go ahead. Lucy, who plays Pretty Pasha. Yeah.
I think it's such a universal story. Obviously, it's a true story, but everyone's got that hurdle that they need to come through, or something that's maybe holding them back, and coming through the other side of that and having the courage to pursue what's right in your heart. I think everyone can kind of relate to that. You don't have to be an aspiring drag queen to relate to this story. And I think that's what's great is that all kinds of creeds and ages, generations can enjoy this story and really champion someone wanting to become their true self. So, yeah.
Anybody else want to add to that, or is that good? Great. It's just really ironic how they're all shutting up right now. Backstage, we get yelled at nightly. How different is performing in London? I'm going to say that this is not meant for me. How different is performing in London versus Sheffield? That's what I think where we're going with this. So let's go with some of the originators of Sheffield. Go ahead, Court. Go on, then.
Feels like it. The reception was obviously heartfelt because
Talk into
take this
me.
one.
In Sheffield, the cast used to get pulled over by the security guards at the theatre before they escaped from school. You know that? And I can't remember who it was, but someone got really bothered for smoking as well. So they thought they'd snuck off in the school. So that doesn't
And
happen
leaving people in the
here.
bar after.
Yeah.
It would be like.
It was, was it Shiv was pointing his picture and well, no, that's me, and no one would believe him. And they were like trying to take him off with the school for the kids. I don't think that happens here.
Okay, what advice do you have for people in Jamie's position? I'm going to answer this one and then I'll pass it on to anybody else, because for me, it's all about, Jamie's story is about living authentically and being true to who you really are, despite the odds against you, despite what mean teachers say, despite what parents say. In this case, Jamie had a really good story of a parent situation, but a lot of times kids walking in Jamie's shoes don't have a good parent situation or people that believe in them. So it's all about realizing that you are an individual and you matter for yourself. You're here for you, not for anybody else. So you need to live authentically. If you're lucky enough to have a Margaret New, then you are blessed. And if you don't have that, then maybe you have a best friend or somebody who's gonna be there for you. But remember, at the end of the day, living authentically and living your truth is the most important thing and the most valid thing you can do for yourself. Sometimes it's not going to happen, especially the age group that love RuPaul's Drag Race. I love everybody's talking about Jamie because it's the 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old group who are kind of lost and going, I don't fit in, I don't belong, I'm weird. Weird is good. You want to be weird. You want to be different. You don't want to blend in. That's boring. Nobody wants to be boring. So live your life, be as authentic as you can, and remember, you're here to please yourself first. Because when you please yourself first, everything else will fall in line. So that's what I have to say about that. Anybody else want to add anything?
I mean, it's just, I think the final line of the show, there's a place where you belong, is really the most important one. And you might not feel like you belong right now with the people that you're with and the place that you're with, but you can change that. You can find your tribe, you can find your people, you can find that place. So I guess just like the message is to stick with it. Just keep on keeping on. You're gonna find your people, you're gonna find your place where you belong.
This question is, what advice do you have for young performers? Young performers. Who's on the younger scale? That's not me.
I'm not actually as young as maybe people think I am. I'm 10 years older than Jamie. I'm 26. And I would just say to persist for performers. I think it's never something that you think you want. Whatever you want, you won't achieve necessarily straight away. And it's about persisting and keeping going, because there was times for myself that I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I almost quit before I got Jamie. For me, it was very, very close to being like, I can't do it anymore. And then obviously Jamie came along and I've absolutely loved it. So it's kind of persistence and being true to yourself, which is what the show's about, and being confident and enjoying it, I think, is the main thing, because so many times we put so much pressure on ourselves that the pressure kind of overtakes everything and you don't enjoy it, and we do it because we enjoy it. So as a performer, I think it's so important to remember to take the pressure off, tell the story of who it is you're telling so that you don't get nervous, because otherwise if I get nervous, I say to myself, am I nervous because I'm nervous, or am I nervous because my character is nervous? So that's something to kind of think about as well. But I think persistence is key, and being a kind person. People like kind people. So yeah.
And also remember, when you don't get one audition, that casting person seeing you will remember you for the next job. And also, this age stuff. We have to change casting people's vision of the way things are. They're there to do a job. They want to fill a job. At the end of the day, they want to say, I got somebody, and it's over. So remember that. We have to kind of push their visions and change their visions, because it's no longer a box anymore. It's not, oh, I'm too tall for 10, and that could possibly be, but there's something else waiting for you. I'm on the West End debuting at the age of 50. So you don't know when your time is going to be your time on this end of the spectrum or this end of the spectrum. Just tenacity, do not give up, perseverance, integrity, all that stuff matters.
If you're going to do it, when you're starting out, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. My mum and dad always tell a story of, I've obviously had a career in this industry. My brother was a professional footballer for 20 odd years. So we had dancing school lessons to go to and football training to go to. And my dad always says, to this day, he said, no matter whether we'd got them in the car and I owned 20 grand in petrol money, he always says that. But he said, you would have got yourself there. You would have got on the bus and you would have got yourself to dancing school. If Richard didn't have a lift, my brother didn't have a lift, he would have gotten there, because we both had belief, we both wanted to do it. So if you want to do it, you will do it. You will have that belief in yourself and that stride and that push to do it. So that sticks in my mind.
Yeah, and just one more thing, like, never forget, no matter what position you're in your career, it might be a low. In this career, things can change in a heartbeat. Your life can change in a heartbeat. So yeah, just never give up. Hope's the key. Hope.
Courtney's got one. She's gonna explode.
Please do not compare yourself to others, because you are you, and it's really toxic for your mental health if you go, oh, she got this role now, or she did this, and he, both boys, but like, just please don't do that, because really poisons yourself and it makes you feel really negative and you. See, I can't. Yeah, just don't compare yourself to others, basically. It's not good for you, and you just build your own. You're going on your own path. Let someone else go on theirs.
Hello, and I'm obviously a lot younger than Jamie New as well. I'm 13, so I'd also say on top of that, to what everyone said, is also just be open to everything. Because you might be someone who goes, I want to be an actor, or be an actor. You might be a fantastic writer, or someone who's a comedian. You might be an amazing director. Just be open to other opportunities that might come your way, because they do come in so many different like shapes and forms. If you're open to listening to those kind of stage directions of life, which sounds really kind of cheesy, but stage directions. But honestly, I thought that my life was going to be right. I've been EastEnders and Lion King. Neither one has happened yet, but I've suddenly discovered wigs and comedy and that kind of cabaret and that kind of stuff. And literally, I've discovered that from that, I've been able to get my first job in the West End. It's like, okay, from going that direction through the kind of back door and listening to those kind of things that go in, I can try that. I've now got to this stage here right now. So from here, who knows? But just be open to everything that comes your way, because they're all exciting, all important, and they're fabulous. So yeah.
That's the end of our
That's the end of the
question.
questions. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for coming in. We are going to continue with a Q&A over on Instagram, so head over to our Instagram if you've got any other questions for anybody. Other than that, there is a lovely little link on this, so that you can click on there and get your tickets directly from us for the show tonight, or whenever you like. Thank you so much for coming in. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. And have a fantastic first birthday tonight.